Hi everyone, welcome to Golf Parenting 101, the podcast where I share tips and insights on how to raise a champion golfer. I'm your host Owen, and today I have a very special guest with me. He is Wynand Stander, the caddy for one of the best golfers in the world, OOSTHUIZEN'S. Wynand will share up close and personal insights into the course strategy preparation that goes into winning golf tournaments, as well as sharing some good memories. Wynand, thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, Wynand, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you become a caddy, and how did you end up with working with Louis?
Well, I met Louis when he was still a youngster, before he turned pro, and I had lots of time on my hand back in the day. And we used to play a lot of golf together. And I met some of his friends, Henny Otto and Charles Wassel and those boys. And I played with Henny a bit, and he one day asked me if I want to come caddy for him, and I did, and we did pretty well. And one thing just led to another, and in 2007, I decided to do it full time, and off I went. I worked for Henny for a year, 2 years for Charles, and then in 2011, I started with Louis.
Yeah, so that would have been the year after he won the British Open.
Yeah, I just missed out on that, but it was great for him. That was what a kickstart to his career, since then.
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable.
I actually stayed with him. I worked for Henny, and I stayed with Louis in the house at St Andrews the week he won. I actually worked for Charles, and me and Henny stayed with Louis just by chance, and yeah, the rest is history.
So you still got up close to the experience, and you could
Yeah,
share it with him.
yeah, no, it was nice. Yeah, we were busy till 4 o'clock in the morning, I think.
I think I remember seeing photos. Was it the Jigger Inn or what are those pubs there?
Yeah, the Jigger Inn. We started there, and we ended up in a house in the kitchen, drinking champagne at 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was. Yeah, it was lots of fun.
Yeah, that was an incredible time. Now let's talk about your partnership with Louis, and specifically when and how do you prepare for each tournament? Does your preparation and information gathering begin well in advance, or do you wait for when you arrive at the venue?
Well, it depends. These days we go around, we play courses that we've already been at. If I get to a new course, typically I arrive on a Monday afternoon. Tuesday morning, early 6, 7 o'clock, I'll be at the golf course with my yardage book, laser, and I'll go walk the course, do a bit of scout work, lasering, see where the no-nos are. And then when he arrives, we'll do a bit of practice, and the main strategy starts when we do a practice round. And then I see what he likes off the tees and stuff like that, how he sees the golf course. It's not going to help me to just walk it and do what I think will be great. It depends on how he feels about the holes and what he wants to do on them.
Yeah, so that's pre-tournament stuff, and during the tournament itself, Louis always looks pretty relaxed on the golf course. How do you help keep Louis calm and focused during high pressure moments?
They all look relaxed. When the camera is off, they're not that they're not that calm. They all get a bit feisty. Even Louis, but in general, he's pretty relaxed. He's a laid-back character. And lucky for me, once it's time to work and we're in a pressure situation, he's easy to deal with. It's just keep him focused on work, work, work. Don't get too far off track. I hear a lot of the guys talking about in between shots. You got to talk about all the other things in life, but for Louis, once he's focused, he likes to stay in the zone, especially on the back nine on Sunday, and when he's up there with a chance to win, he likes to do work, work, work.
Yeah, you spoke about joining Louis in 2011. During this time working alongside him, what was the most memorable moment you have shared with him?
Apart from the wins we've had, I think we've had 5, 6 wins together. That's obviously great. For me, the most memorable one is probably the SA Open. I think winning the SA Open meant a lot to Louis. And at that time, he's gone through, I think, 2 years without really, doing anything. And that win was very special. And then a close second, and unfortunately became second in the 2012 Masters, making that 2 on the second hole. That was pretty special. I mean, I always joke about it and say, if it wasn't for me, he was going to hit a 3-iron, but it was a 4-iron all day. So I didn't have a lot to do with it. But that was great, just that whole experience, that whole shot, and the aftermath of it all, that was brilliant.
Yeah, that shot from Bubba Watson playoff was something else. An unbelievable shot that he played there.
Yeah, his family kicked his ball from behind the tree.
That's what we think as well. Yeah, that must have been incredible. There's no doubt, though, you often give good advice during a tournament round, but has there been a time, or have there been times where you felt, man, that was a great piece of advice I gave you, or man, I made a great call there?
I mean, I've been working for him for so long, and I would like to think that I've been giving good advice, on loads of occasions. Nothing really jumps out at me. I mean, I've had times where he stands on a par 5 with water and he says, this thing's perfect for a driver. And I remember at the HSBC in China way back, he said the same thing. And I said, well, you know what, why don't you just hit a driver? And we were in contention and there's loads of trouble. It's a layup hole. And he said, you're not serious. I said, yeah, just whack a driver. It's perfect, and he hit one to 6 foot and made an eagle. And I think walking away from there, I think, that was pretty stupid, but good advice. The thing with us is, and it's same in that situation, good advice is only good if he pulls the shot off. If you lay it up and make a 5, or you hit in the water and make a 7, it's his shot. Luckily, I work for a good golfer, and the saying goes, if you want to be a good caddy, get a good golfer. And there's lots of truth in that. You can give me a 5-iron and I hit in the middle of the dam. You give Louis a 5-iron, he hits it to 6 foot. So depends on how good your player are, But I've had a couple of nice moments with him, for sure.
Yeah, those are great stories, Wynand. I have one last question for you. As an experienced tour caddy, what advice or tips would you give aspiring golfers and those looking to pursue a career in professional golf?
You know what? I see the youngsters these days. They're at the golf course early and they practice and they work hard and all of that's good. I think there's 2 important things for me that I would say to youngsters is you got to work hard at the right things. It doesn't help you to work hard and you're doing stuff wrong. Go see a good coach. Know what your weaknesses are and work hard at it. But also don't let golf be the only thing in your life. I've seen this with many golfers and they become so technical and it's golf 24/7, and if I look back at Louis' career, Louis was never one to put golf first in his career, in his life. And look at all his successes. He's worked hard when he needed to, but golf's not everything. Golf is important. It's your future. It's what you want to do for a living as a youngster. But don't let it consume you too much to the point that you lose perspective on the rest of things that's going on in your life.
That's some great advice. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and experiences with us today, Wynand. Keep up the good work. And as South Africans, we would love to see a win in 2024 on the Live Tour from the Stingers, especially from Louis himself, with you on the bag, of course. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Have a lovely day.
To find out more about my player development coaching program, as well as my gap year solution, contact me at owen@bakergolf.co.za. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes, feel free to reach out. Until next time, keep supporting your young golfers on their journey to success. We'll see you next week with a brand new podcast. I'm Owen Baker, and I'm happy to help.